I told y'all this was going to happen. I told y'all video after video, live after live, year after year. I told you, Teofimo Lopez, that Devin Haney was going to take advantage of your mishaps. And this is the reason why I wanted Teofimo Lopez to whoop Devin Haney's behind. August 16th, signed that contract for $8 million or whatever $1 million he was going to get. I know he's going to get the most he's ever gotten. Sign that contract, beat Devin Haney from pillar to post. You already know you could do it. But no. Decline. Donkey. Avoiding. I still don't know. I still don't understand why. But I knew that Devin Haney takes advantage of Teofimo Lopez's mishaps and also have taken advantage of the politics of the sport of boxing that worked against Teofimo Lopez to sustain his legacy over Teofimo Lopez. Right? And look what Devin Haney tweeted. I told you I was right, but no, I'm just a drunk with a mic, right? Nobody want to listen to little punchy punch. Nobody want to listen to punchy. Devin Haney tweeted, "Me and Norman fight should be for the Ring Magazine belt." Now, ladies and gentlemen, why did Teofimo Lopez want to fight Jerome Bruce Ennis? He didn't want to fight just Jerome Bruce Ennis just to fight Jerome Bruce Ennis. He wanted to fight Jerome Bruce Ennis because that was his opportunity to become a three-division lineal champion by the age of 28. Am I lying? This what Teofimo Lopez said. Hold on. We go to the 147 and fight the winner of Boots and Stanionis. 3-time Ring Lineal champion at 28. That's a goal. That's a goal. I'm looking forward to. If everyone wants to squeeze their way in, we're ready to fight everybody and anybody. That's what Teofimo Lopez said. See, he told his plans. He told the world, I want to fight Jerome Bruce Ennis to become a 3-time lineal champion. Yep. And when you tell somebody your plans, right? There's a saying, don't tell nobody your plans before you accomplish it, right? Because either they want to sabotage it, hate on it, or take your plan and use it for themselves. Right? Also, Teofimo Lopez said to Ring Magazine, I don't know. It's up to my team. It's up to everyone. And this was in reference to wanting to fight Boots and becoming a three-division lineal champion. I claim who I want to go after. That's Jerome Boots. Many people think I'm too small for that, but it's not about who's the smallest. It's about who's the smartest. And I think that I have all the tools to claim 3-division of lineal world title. Since the politics of the sport of boxing did not recognize Teofimo Lopez as undisputed in the lightweight division because of the WBC franchise in which Devin Haney took advantage of it and beat George Camboso and became the recognized youngest undisputed lightweight champion of the world. That should have been Teofimo Lopez, but Devin Haney took advantage of the politics of the sport of boxing that wasn't working on the behalf of Teofimo Lopez. As a matter of fact, not only Devin Haney took the WBC franchise, he threw that shit in the garbage. Teo did it. Also, let's not forget that when he beat George Camboso, he did Teofimo Lopez dirty work. Then he went to the 140-pound division. He beat Regis Prograis. Yes, Teofimo Lopez became a 2-time lineal champion when he beat Josh Taylor. So Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez, 2-division champions. But he's recognized as lightweight undisputed. So now Teofimo Lopez got 2 lineal. Devin has 1 lineal, but now he's trying to go to the 147-pound division. Not trying. He's about to fight Brian Oman Jr. in November, and he's telling Turki Alalshikh that he wants it for the lineal belt. And if Turki Alalshikh grants Devin Haney and Brian Oman Jr. to fight for the lineal title, I would give that a chance. If I've given Boots Ennis and Stanionis an opportunity to become a lineal champion, I would give Devin Haney and Brian Oman Jr. an opportunity because it's my belt. It's my belt. I do whatever the fuck I want to do with it. If Devin Haney beats Brian Oman Jr., then he becomes 2-time lineal champion by the age of 26. By the age of 26, he becomes a 3-division world champion, which is more than Teofimo Lopez at the moment. And he's already undisputed. Guess what I've been trying to say? I said Teo signed the contract because what Devin Haney is going to do is take advantage of it. And he's going towards your plans that you had. And that's what he's doing. You could have stopped that train on August 16th. Teofimo Lopez said Devin Haney has nothing, basically has no option but Teofimo Lopez. In the recent chopping it up on my channel, the whole world saw it.
What's the expense of Devin when they don't have nothing to spend it on? because he got no other fight but Teofimo. I said no. Let him work for it.
Build off of your back.
So let him starve.
And I even said in the video, I said, you're not gonna stop Devin Haney. You can't stop. Nobody can really stop nobody, especially if you got a brand name. I said that in my live show. Bill Haney, a great manager, just like Keith Connolly is a great manager. We already know how Bill Haney be working, be hustling. He's making sure he's gonna get. It's a track record. Bill Haney always makes sure that Devin Haney got the most money, that he's always in position to accomplish great things in the sport of boxing, like he did in the lightweight division, like he did in the 140-pound division, and not like he did in the 147-pound division. I always say that Teofimo Lopez is the captain of the generation, the commander-in-chief. If Devin Haney beats Brian Norman Jr., become a 3-division world champion, 2-division lineal champion, and already recognized as the youngest undisputed lightweight, recognized. Damn it, he's going to be the leader of this generation. But because Teo let that happen, I told you to whip his ass. I told you to sign that contract. But no, man, I'm just a drunk with a mic. I'm just a little punchy. See, I break things down unbiasedly, logically, and objectively. Everybody knows I'm a Teo. That Teo's my guy. Teo, my guy. Support Teofimo Lopez, win, lose, or draw. But damn it, I wish people would listen to me. There was the best opportunity, the biggest opportunity at the time. Jerome Bruce Ennis didn't want to fight. He dug Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez dug Devin Haney. It is what it is. Just like Devin Haney dug Teofimo Lopez when Top Rank sent them a contract and they feel the business wasn't right. They'd rather go with Turki Alalshikh. I called Devin Haney a duck. I called Boots Ennis a duck for ducking the contract with Virgil Ortiz and Teofimo Lopez. So I got to do the right thing and call Teo a duck just because he declined the contract on the table. The most money that he was ever going to be making. Devin Haney Devin Haney has minimized the glory of Teofimo Lopez. Devin Haney has minimized, fogged up the glory of Teofimo Lopez. He was supposed to be, if it wasn't for the politics of the sport of boxing, if it wasn't for Josh Taylor vacating his belt, and if it wasn't for the WBC franchise, he should be recognized as a 2-division undisputed world champion. In the 4-belt era was supposed to be the first, not Terrence but Crawford. But because of the politics of the sport of boxing, Teofimo Lopez's legacy was tampered with. But who's taking advantage of it? Who has been taking advantage of it? Devin Haney. And Devin Haney keeps on taking advantage of it. And this is the reason why I wanted Teofimo Lopez to whoop Devin Haney's behind August 16th and sign that contract. There's a reason why I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't get it that they don't see what I see. Because at the end of the day, let's be real, let's be honest, man. The Haney's been living rent-free in the minds of the Lopez. Because, again, Devin Haney been taking advantage of the politics that has tampered with the legacy of Teofimo Lopez, especially in the lightweight division. Isn't it embarrassing that Teofimo Lopez was paying for a belt fee and sanctioning fees of the WBC franchise in which no other fighter in the sport of boxing ever paid? Devin Haney threw that shit in the garbage. Canelo Alvarez freely never used it. Juan Francisco Estrada never really used it. The WBC took advantage of Teofimo Lopez, and the Devin Haney's laughed. There's the reason I say that Teofimo Lopez should have, if he couldn't get the Boots fight, because I wanted to see the Boots. I wanted to see Boots versus Teofimo Lopez. Why did I want to see Boots versus Teofimo Lopez? Because, again, I'm a supporter of Teofimo Lopez. I'm a fan also of Boots Ennis. I'm a fan of a lot of fighters, but Teo is my guy. And I want to see him succeed in the ring and out the ring. I want to be a role model in the ring and out the ring. I want him to be the best father he could be as well. And as a supporter, as a friend, you got to keep it real. I believe that yes men in anybody's corner is a disease to fighters, to athletes, to celebrities. Hey, look what happened to Diddy right now and stuff like that. It's because he had a bunch of yes men that didn't want to tell him the truth, the right and the wrong. How you moving, what you're saying, being there for them as a confidant, that they could depend on that you would tell them the right thing, and that's who I believe I am. That doesn't mean that necessarily everybody going to take the opinion. I'm not going to say that I'm always right or wrong. But for the best interest of Teofimo Lopez, I would have thought that he should have signed for that contract. Generational wealth right there. Because you can't be playing around with $8 million, $9 million, man. You got to take it. You're a prize fighter. And especially fighting a guy like Devin Haney that y'all been building a fight since for the longest. It was the right time. It was the right time to fight him. And matter of fact, Devin Haney can't even give a fighter a nosebleed. Let's be real. Let's be honest. It's not like you're going to go to the hospital after the Devin Haney fight because of damages. Again, Teofimo Lopez looked real sharp in his last outing, working on all cylinders. Physical ability and intellect was coexisting at the highest level. He's entering his prime. And he would have beaten Devin Haney August 16th, and then move on to fight maybe the Brian Norman Jr. fight so he could become the three lineal champion by the age of 28, like he had plans with Boots. He would have collected under or almost $30 million by the year 2025, by the end of this year. Yep, once again, Devin Haney gonna get a nice payday. Devin Haney gonna have a nice accomplishment if he does beat Brian Norman Jr. And then we'll be talking about whether Teofimo Lopez is the takeover or is Devin Haney is the takeover. And Teofimo Lopez will result in the dream. Let me know what y'all think, man. Let's go, Teo, man. Teo, let's another thing in conclusion, I think that the mind of, for example, now one of the fights with Brand Matias for the pay-per-view could have a pay-per-view event. And he'd been wanting a pay-per-view fight for a long time. And once he got it, then he said he don't want the pay-per-view because he feel like he was not going to sell more than 100,000 pay-per-view buys because, that's the way that he was going to get his pay-per-view back end money. So he didn't have confidence the way that he promotes that he could have sold more than 100,000 pay-per-view buys. But he wanted to be in pay-per-view so bad that he switched up on it, right? They didn't feel like Matias was the appropriate opponent. They was going to fight in Las Vegas and things of that nature. But thinking negative. Didn't believe in himself that he could sell more than that. Then moving forward to the Devin Haney situation, in which he believed if he would have gone out there to Saudi Arabia, that he was not going to get the benefit of the doubt. Maybe because of that, because the way that he said it publicly, the way that he believed that Devin Haney is Turkey's guy, just like Gervonta Tank Davis said about Devin Haney and the affiliation he had with Turki Alalshikh, right? And then because Teofimo Lopez on the Boxing Voice was trying to indicate that it wasn't smart for him to go out there after the comments that he made in terms of the quote unquote dictator when he was talking about Turki Alalshikh, that it wasn't smart for him to go out there in Saudi Arabia because you never know what could happen over there because of his comments. Yeah, at the end of the day, that's still your thoughts, negative thought, your feeling, your intuition. But it's not facts. And that's alarming, that negative thought could stop you from making the most money you can make. That your negative thoughts could make you stop signing for the pay-per-view because you should believe in yourself. You've been wanting, you called yourself the takeover, right? I believe that he's the takeover. Does Teofimo Lopez now believe that he's the takeover? Because if he believes cold-heartedly that he's the takeover, he would have believed that he could sell 500 pay-per-view buys or 230, 250, somebody, 300,000 pay-per-view buys with Sabir Matias, because he should have believed in the way that he was marketing himself. That his skill set could beat Devin Haney regardless of all the politics in the sport of boxing. You can't, that nothing is gonna be corrupted. Because just like Teofimo Lopez believed that the Cambosa fight was corrupted, anything could happen over here, anything could happen over there. It doesn't matter. Maybe Teofimo Lopez, did he lose confidence? I don't believe that Teofimo Lopez lost confidence in his skills or himself, but did he lose confidence in the takeover? Because let me tell you like this. When Teofimo Lopez, that takeover mentality doesn't give a damn about nothing. He don't give a damn if he's the underdog. See, that's the takeover. The takeover even works great when his back is against the wall, when nobody believes. So if those negative thoughts, that should have propelled him to get that Subriel Matias pay-per-view fight. So he should have confidence that he's going to sell over and get a bunch of money. That he should have confidence of going out there in Saudi Arabia and beat the crap out of Devin the Dream Haney because he got the skills, the talent, the momentum to do so. But the negative thoughts in the minds and probably the other people's around him that might enable that negative mind or maybe put that negative mentality for him not to fight. And this is the reason why you got to keep people around like your boy, Mr. Moonshine, to be like, yo, don't worry about that. Go over there, man, because people around you, your team is supposed to take weight off of you, not put weight on you. It's to take weight off of you. Hopefully, Teofimo Lopez gets a great fight, a great opportunity to enhance his legacy. I just would have thought that there would have been a great opportunity for him to sign that contract to fight Devin the Dream Haney, but that's the past. That's it. Devin Haney's going to be fighting Brian Norman Jr., and hopefully Teofimo Lopez fight a unification bout with Richardson Hitchens. But even with a Richardson Hitchens fight, he'll become a unified champion. Yes, it would enhance his legacy. It would enhance his legacy. But what fight or what accomplishment will be greater? Which win will be more significant? Teofimo Lopez beating Richardson Hitchens, or Devin Haney moving up to the 147-pound division and beating what they regard the most dangerous welterweight in Brian Norman Jr. Even though that shout out to Brian Norman Jr., but to be honest, Brian Norman Jr. haven't really beat any world beaters yet, but he's looking good. But it's not like Brian Norman Jr. beat Keith Thurman or Sean Porter or Bud or Spence or even Danny Swift Garcia, ex-world champion like Ugas or nothing like that. He's looking good, but to be honest, Brian Norman Jr. still passes the eye test. But see, that eye test still could grant you a lineal championship opportunity like Boots Ennis versus Stanionis. And if Turki Alalshikh wants to grant that for Devin Haney because he's accomplished, and Brian Norman Jr. because he's very intrigued with Brian Norman Jr. and his belt, he would do so.